Welcome back to Raising Canes, and the road to state continues. I'm the editor-in-chief of Colorado Preps, Dan Mohrmann. This is Doug Ottewill, the editor-in-chief of Mile High Sports Magazine, and we are on the road to state, presented by Raising Canes, our football-only program leading up to the state championship games. Which, Dougie, it's
getting closer. 1 week,
3 weeks away, I believe, from the small schools, and then another week before we head to Fort Collins for the big guys.
No more buys.
No more buys. Everyone's in action this week. It's going to be so much fun. We are broadcasting live from the Highlands Ranch, Littleton area, 1108 Cpl Max Donahue Lane. If anyone's in the area and wants to come on down, we've got some football teams that'll be in the house today. We saw some Valor Christian Eagles flying around there. Word has it that some Mountain Vista Golden Eagles will be making their way over
kind
here.
of an Eagles landing spot here.
You know, we're flying high today on the road to state.
The puns are rolling.
That's what we do. We're Doug and I are writers by trade, so allegedly that's what they tell us, at least. Valor gets its state tournament underway this weekend. They host number 12 Erie, who came off a win over Regis Jesuit in the first round. That game will happen at Friday night at Valor Stadium. I can't believe they haven't named that thing after Christian McCaffrey yet, but you know,
maybe you can take that up with Coach Sanford.
Yeah, we do have Coach Mike Sanford in the house. He's over housing down some chicken and fries with a couple of members of his team. We're gonna get to them in the second segment of the day, but it's an exciting time. We're coming off the first weekend of
great show last week, by the way. Both teams won.
One of them played by
Palmer Ridge. Excuse me.
Palmer Ridge beat by week,
yes,
but they did advance.
They're still alive.
And we're going to dive into more football in just a minute. But whether it's kickoff, halftime, or postgame, you can't go wrong with Raising Canes. Hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that signature cane sauce. We've had it all the second that we came in. Gabby and the staff here took fantastic care of us when we came in to set up for today's show. That's how real fans fuel up. Add in freshly squeezed lemonade or a freshly brewed iced tea, and you've got yourself a game day win. From drive-through to dine-in, Canes brings the flavor every time. Raising Canes chicken fingers, one love. Dougie, let's run down some of the action from last weekend. We had 8 playoff games across each classification, with the exception of 3A. The 3A state bracket was released on Sunday. If anyone wants to see what was going on with that, we had on the Colorado Prep Show presented by Upswing yesterday. We had on Roosevelt head coach Lane Wassinger, did a great job of talking about his program and what to expect from the 3A landscape as a whole. But
we also have all the brackets up to date on coloradopreps.com.
You can find
Check
all
those out. You're on top of those.
You can find the brackets there. We'll have previews. Every week we have previews courtesy of a couple of our staff writers. And Tracy Rank, the twin brother of Troy Rank. Not a lot of people know that.
That's right. I do.
You found out the hard way once, though. You said hey to Tracy thinking he was Troy, and he had no idea who you were.
Yeah.
And then of course Adam Donovan, the head man up there at the Boulder Daily Camera, head sports guy. He does a great job breaking down the small schools for us. Across those 8 games in each classification that were in the playoffs, we had a few upsets. Just a few. A lot of chalk. But Fountain Fort Carson in 5A took down Cherokee Trail. That was a 17-16. Not sure how much of an upset you want to count that. The reward for Fountain Fort Carson is a trip to Stutler Bowl on Friday. They get the Cherry Creek Bruins. I may dip out of the Denver Coliseum a little early from state volleyball coverage that night and go see if the Trojans can put up a little bit of a fight. Jake Novotny, of course, a friend of ours. We've had him on the Colorado Prep Show.
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that's given a lot of teams fits, and they can play with the big boys. Whether they can play with Cherry Creek, that's a whole nother step. But, hey, they've earned the right to be there.
Yeah, they have, and Cherry Creek is the biggest of the boys. We've established that this year. I can't wait to ask. We'll ask Coach Sanford a little bit later. Of course, Mountain Vista Coach Garrett Looney and some of his guys will be in here in a little bit. So hopefully we can ask them all what they think of that. I think I know Mike has told me he savors the challenge of facing a team like Cherry Creek, and I know
what the best teams want. They want that challenge in the state tournament. Hey, you're going to win. You got to beat the best.
If you want to win a state title, you're going to have to beat Cherry Creek.
That's right.
So we'll anxious to talk about that. Down in the 2A ranks, Dougie, we had Eaton over Lamar. That was also a 9-8. Eaton, a veteran championship program. They now
a lot of history there.
Lot of history. They will host, because of the 2A travel rules, they will host number 1 Strasburg, coming off a near upset. Basalt almost got the better of them. Of course, the 16 seed. It took 2 late Strasburg touchdowns and a fumble for the Indians to get past that round one.
Yeah, we
game.
talked about that a little yesterday. You think that's the wake-up call that Strasburg needs, or do you think this is kind of, hey, anything can happen?
Brian Brown is a veteran coach, a state championship winning coach. I think if he's not, he's definitely treating that as the wake-up call that they need. So if his players respond, I think that's going to be a fun matchup. It might be the game to watch this weekend.
Yeah,
2A.
no doubt.
Mountain Vista over CSCS in 1A. That's a 10 over 7. I was there. You can read more about that game at coloradopreps.com. Manny Wassinger, Lane's dad, is the head coach down at Mountain Vista. That's a hard-nosed, run-first, smash-mouth defensive football team. That was a fun game to watch.
As was, found out the hard way by CSCS.
I mean, they hit hard. That Mountain Vista team hit hard. CSCS, the traditional power. They've been a great passing team all year. They ran 7 offensive plays in the first half, 2 3-and-outs, and a pick.
There's a theme in the playoffs, especially in lower classifications. I think those teams that are physical, that run the ball well, that can play in cold weather, they tend to advance. And I think we saw that this weekend. Even though the weather was nice, they're poised for it to get cold.
Yep. Perhaps the upset of the weekend, number 12, Highland over Forge Christian, last year's state runner-up in 1A. That means that Highland gets a home game, and that's, I believe, against Centauri. I don't have the bracket in front of me.
Number 3, Centauri.
Number 4, Centauri.
4? Okay. I knew they
were
top
played,
4.
4 would have played 5.
Yep.
So the Falcons will head to Highland. That's a very southern team heading to a very northern team. So that'll be an interesting one. Number 9, Mancos over number 8, West Grand, and 8-man. I feel so bad for Chris Brown and West Grand because I feel like they've been the number 8 seed 3 years in a row, and they've been on the losing end of that.
It's a bad luck seed.
I was up there 2 years ago when Sedgwick County got the better of them. I mean, their quarterback, Blake Terryberry, he's an offensive lineman playing quarterback, and he's so much fun.
And his name is Terryberry?
His name is Terryberry.
Wow, that's a lot of combination.
How we haven't featured this kid in Mile High Sports Magazine is a major fail on our end. And then, of course, Kim Branson over Eads in 6-man. That's an 11 over a 6. We were very high on Eads for a lot of the year. They were scoring a lot of points. They end up bowing out early. Heading into this weekend, we're down to 8 teams in the small school brackets. Well, 5A, 4A, and 3A are down to 16. That means no more buys. Everyone's playing, and if you don't win, you're heading to the wrestling mats, the basketball courts, the hockey rinks for the next phase of the year.
It's win or go home from here on out, and this is what makes this time of year so much fun.
And speaking of which, we've got some teams that are going to have to win or go home. When we come back, we're going to be joined by the head coach of the number 5 Valor Christian Eagles, Mike Sanford, and a couple of his players. He brought in some of the big dogs. So
you're a little nervous. Mike's like a media pro. He's every time I turn the TV on, he's on with somebody. He's on the radio every day. He comes on with us,
and he's the first one to say it. So, and he's not within earshot. But I mean, we're dealing with the youngest Division I head football coach to be fired in history.
Yeah.
So he was the youngest to be hired, and he was the youngest to be fired. He talks about great. Of course, he was the interim coach up at CU when Carl Durrell got fired. So,
well, he's done a great job at Valor. You watch his team, you watch his kids, whether it's on the field or off the field, and he's done a great job. So it's going to be nice to have him on, despite the fact that he's significantly more qualified in the media sense than either one of us.
That's right. We're slapping together this program, and we feel like we know what we're doing. But we've got our own.
He'll raise the level.
He will raise the level. And we do for our giveaway stuff. So we're going to give a couple of his players a chance to win Colorado Preps gift swag bag, and as a part of that. They're not over here to hear it, but they'll get a pair of tickets to the state championship game as long as they want to assume that they're playing in that game. They'll have a chance to win tickets for mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, girlfriends, whatever they got.
That's right.
Before we go to break, though, I also want to point out that Raising Cane's is taking part in Give Back Day, which is a big supporter of Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish happens to be a big, proud partner of Mile High Sports.
That's right. Nate Lundy. Shout out.
And he's around here somewhere. But for the 4th year in a row, Raising Cane's is teaming up with Make-A-Wish Colorado to help make wishes come true for local children facing critical illnesses. This event will support all Colorado restaurants as high-impact PR ACI opportunity. For this fundraiser, they're allowing their full event guidelines in which total donation is 15% of all recorded fundraiser sales. Customers need to mention Make-A-Wish at the time of the order via dine-in, drive-through, carry-out, and or utilize the mobile or online app, the ordering code to be included. We'll be back with Valor Christian head coach Mike Sanford and a few of his Eagles. Dougie, I need you to go over there. You're going to wrangle up those players, but there's a trivia question we want to ask them as part of their giveaway. The trivia question is there are 4 McCaffrey brothers that played at Valor Christian. We had Max, Christian, Dylan, and Luke. Which one has the fewest interceptions in their career at Valor?
This is a great question. I know the answer, but only because Dan told me earlier.
That's right. And I had to research. So wait. I gotta wave Coach Sanford over. Don't get a headset on. We got a trivia question for your boys. If they get it right, they get a gift bag giveaway, which includes 2 tickets to the state championship game. The trivia question, I want you to go ask them, of the 4 McCaffrey brothers that played at Valor, which one threw the fewest interceptions in their high school career? So Coach Sanford's going to ask that question. We're going to drag him and his guys back over here. This is the road to state. We are at Raising Cane's at 1108 Cpl Max Donahue Lane in Littleton Highlands Ranch area. We'll be back right after this.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
When I go to court, these aren't my clients, these are my friends. These are people that I believe in, and they have one shot, just one shot for justice. If they've come to me and we've gotten to trial, their life has been turned upside down in some awful way. And I am their only hope. I need to be their champion, to quote Prince Oberyn from Game of Thrones. They need someone in this trial by combat that can fight for them. I'm all they have. So if I haven't put the time in, if I haven't trained, if I haven't humbly looked in the mirror and thought about ways I can be better, and I don't present my best self in court, then I failed them. And that's what motivates me as a trial lawyer, because when this is over, that client goes home. And if I haven't done my best for him, I haven't been his champion, then I've failed.
We're back on the road to state with the Valor Christian Eagles. Guys, we've got head coach Mike Sanford. We've got quarterback Titus Heward. And down at the end, we've got now tight end Dawson Olk.
Big athlete.
Big athlete.
We call him. He's the Valor Christian's own Taysom Hill.
Okay. I have another analogy I want to make a little bit later. So we'll get into that. It's I think I'm smarter than I am. I bet you and I will get the reference. I don't know if these kids will, but I want to thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for coming down. Thanks for being supporters of what we're trying to do here. This is all going to culminate. We haven't announced it too much yet, but this is all going to culminate with a championship Saturday, pregame, postgame, all day kind of affair. We're trying to make it like an ESPN game day style deal. No one else is doing this for Colorado high school athletics. So this is kind of our dream. We like doing it for you guys. So we appreciate your support. Coach, I want to start with you. Your first year of coaching high school football, your dad's was a big high school football coach. You've been in the coaching world for a while. What's your biggest takeaway from your first year of doing this at the high school level?
Oh, man, just the purity of the game. I just enjoyed getting back to just the relationship side of it, the absence of just pure transactional nature of the relationships you have with players as a coach. In this new transfer portal world and the NIL world, it feels like it is so transactional as opposed to giving you the opportunity to be a transformational coach, which – I'm not going to say that I do that perfectly all the time, but I aim to have an impact on the people that I have a chance and I'm entrusted with leading. So I think just the purity of the game and then just how fun it is. It's so fun. Football can be fun, and I think that's something that gets zapped the higher up you get in the world of being a coordinator or head coach at the very high levels of college football, because it does become such a business. This just feels so fun. It's very fulfilling.
Guys, how's the energy been with Coach Sanford coming in here and taking over a program that always has high expectations?
Yeah, it's been awesome. This new culture is implemented. We have a whole thing called CLIMB, which we just base our whole foundation of our team on. It's first Christ, leadership, interconnected, meritocracy, and belief. And we just implement that as just our key foundation for our team. And just Coach Sanford, just electric energy every single day. It's just been pretty awesome.
Yeah, for me, I think it's all new to us, and I think the new culture that he brought with us, it's really exciting. And I mean, every day I look forward to going to practice. I'm excited. Everyone has high energy, and it just like it makes it really fun. It makes it fun for the whole team. It makes it fun for everyone.
And Dawson, if I was there in that first game with Pine Creek, right? So for those first few weeks, it was a very clear kind of system. You were the starting quarterback at that point. You were playing the first 3 series, I believe, and then it started getting into a regular rotation. Midway through, he went with Titus as the full-time guy. And all I heard from him, because this guy just shoots me like random text messages. like I'll just be sitting there trying to get like my laundry done, and I get a text message, hey, what do you think of this team's running attack? But one of the things he sent me when he made that switch was, one, how mature you were about the whole process, and how much he enjoyed seeing you at the tight end position. So how much did you really embrace that opportunity?
I mean, I think it first starts with my parents. I mean, this could be a very hard situation for a lot of people, and a lot of people just sit there and just go pout about it. But I took a mindset where, like, I can get nothing done having that just pouty mindset, and I think my parents did a good job teaching me when things get hard just not to give up. And I think switching positions, I mean, at the end of the day, it'll be good for me. It just opens doors later in my football career. I think it adds more value to me as a player, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Does the name Matt Saracen mean anything to you?
No, it does to me.
See, that's what I mean. These kids don't know. You guys have never seen Friday Night Lights, the TV show?
Oh, nope. Highly
like,
recommend it. 10 out of 10.
I mean, this is a failure as a head coach.
Yeah,
right
it is.
Great show, Peter Berg, NBC. Probably
Oh,
about
gosh, so good.
15 years ago, maybe, is when that came on.
Okay, I got a crazy story for you guys. Okay, so Friday Night Lights was a movie. Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah.
The movie, good. Not nearly as good as the TV
No,
series.
the TV show's
TV
great.
series like fed families. I mean, fed generations, legitimately. So when I was coaching at Stanford, and this is back in 2007 and 8, it was like in its height, and it was Coach Taylor, and it was Texas forever, baby. Clear eyes,
Reagan's.
full hearts, can't lose. So my wife and I were obsessed with the show. My best friend on the staff at Stanford was obsessed with the show. His best friend was obsessed with the show. So every Thursday night, which is date night in college football, the only night you don't work until 2 a.m, we actually would have a party at our house, our little tiny apartment in Menlo Park, California, to watch the newest episode of Friday Night Lights. Want to know who the other 2 guys were? Recently fired head coach of the Tennessee Titans, Brian Callahan, and offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans, Nick Holtz. And that was our little crew that would watch Friday Night Lights every single Thursday. And crazy enough as it is, Brian Callahan at the time was the offensive coordinator at high school at Sarah High School, which is Bay Area's kind of I call it the Valor Christian of the Bay Area. It's where Tom Brady went, Barry Bonds went, Len Swan went. So definitely it was pretty neat to think that he was a high school coach and then he ended up being an NFL head coach.
So when I say Matt Saracen, you now get the reference.
Yeah, I sure do.
And you love it.
I love it.
So he was the starting quarterback for the first couple seasons. Young hotshot kid comes in. They go with him. He makes the transition to wide receiver. They have to pull the young kid who has a temper tantrum. Not that that's would ever happen.
Bad temper guy. Really problematic.
And then Saracen has to come back in at halftime of the state championship game. So my tradition, I've been working in high school athletics media now for 10 years. Every Friday night before the Saturday of the big school state championship games, I watch the season 1 finale of Friday Night.
I love that. Hopefully I'll start that same tradition and prepare to play a game on that day.
You've got to get there first.
100%.
So let's take a look. You guys have your first playoff game coming up on Friday night. How's everyone feeling about your matchup with Erie?
Well, we're excited. We ended up having 20, 30 of our guys make the trip up to my old stomping grounds. Erie High School is a place that's near and dear to my heart. My daughter went to Erie when I was coaching up at CU. Transferred. My daughter transferred to Valor this year, but she was a softball player there, and so it was really fun for me to go back. That's where we just moved down to this area down here in Littleton, Highlands Ranch. Coach Geiger was my daughter's
He's
health
such a
teacher.
good dude.
Yeah, I mean, I got really close with guys. I had no idea we'd be playing each other, but we got together in this summer and did a nice little 7-on-7 with them. And you just never know how the world of playoffs is going to play out. But ton of respect for Coach Geiger. One of my first Colorado recruiting experiences. Really, this time I clearly have some experience back in the day with Christian McCaffrey and Dan Skipper back in like the early 2010, 12, 13 era. But recently I offered Blake Barnett. That was his first Division I scholarship when I was the offense coordinator, quarterback coach at CU. Fell in love with Barnett, worked him out. Like it was like the very last day of the contact period, worked him out, threw an offer his way, and ended up being his first Power 5 offer.
I think it was the quarterfinal game against Palmer Ridge that they played where I got my first look at him. And he was so much fun to watch.
So powerful.
One of the best pictures I've ever taken was one of just him throwing the ball. Looks like it's coming right at me.
Yeah.
So, but how about
10-4 100-meter guy, 10-5?
Something like that.
Man,
crazy
guy could go with thunder size.
Titus, when you look at what Erie did against Regis, the team that you guys played, what did you see just in terms of the matchup and what they were able to do that you guys think you're going to be all right come Friday?
Yeah, I mean, I think they just got off that after that quarterback at Regis, Luke there, just got the pass rush and just he didn't really have much time back there. And also just did really good on the receivers as well, just defending them. I think that'll be a huge opportunity for us, just kind of just block up front, just pound the ball on them and just throw it deep over the heads too. I just feel really confident in our game plan, our abilities that we have going up against them.
Dawson, anything else you want to add?
I mean, that was a pretty big win for them. I think Coach Sanford said it earlier today. I mean, Regis is a very traditional school that they see from down south, and I think coming out of that game with a pretty big W, they're a good squad. I think they're going to be hungry. So I think we just got to trust our fundamentals and play good ball, and we'll be good.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with a couple of their players. I mean, Braylon Tolliver, it's funny. I drop my daughter off at school every single day for a year, and I drive by. Every day there'd be the same two players. I didn't know they're football players, but I just said, Peyton, who is that kid? And she's like, I have no idea. I'm like, that's a Division I football player. And it ended up being Braylon Tolliver, who's committed to Oregon State now. And I didn't know it was actually him until 7-on-7 this year. I'm like, oh, that's the kid I pointed at every day. And my daughter had zero answers about who he was.
It's a great perspective, just that, she's not paying attention to the hype stuff that you sometimes
Well, yeah,
get
and I'm
before.
so used to going to high schools and just looking at body types and projecting and forecasting athletes and where they're going to end up fitting.
I'll do the same thing where you basically go, what sport does that kid play?
Yeah.
So, Dawson, I want to ask you one quick favor. Tag in Cash right there with the headset. I want to ask him a couple questions, then we're going to get you guys out of here. Can't keep you too long. It's a school night.
No doubt.
And we're going to give you on camera an issue of the magazine that should have had in your hands. I dropped a stack off with Keith Wall at the Regis game. We've got an ugly mug on page 1. I know that.
Oh man, look at that guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But that was taken the same day that you came down to do that photo shoot with us at the Upswing facility. Since then, man, you've had a fantastic year.
Thank you.
Did it bum you out when Dawson moved to tight end and there was another receiving threat for Titus to throw to?
Oh no, he's a dog at tight end. It only helps me out, if anything. It puts another target out there. He's a big body, so it takes at least a defender, maybe two.
You're a senior on this team. You guys have made the playoffs consistently. This is a program where it used to be state title or bust, and like I hate to exaggerate, but coaches got fired when they weren't winning state championships, or they moved on. So your senior year with fresh coach, fresh mindset, you guys have been playing well. Have you still haven't punted since you've made the change to Titus?
I don't think so. No.
So what excites you about this playoff run that you're about to go on?
Look at that guy right there. Look at that beauty.
Oh yeah.
Tell you what, man.
Yeah.
Back when you had a little tan, you're getting a little pasty these days,
Oh,
buddy.
yeah, sun's going away.
Don't spill any equipment.
No, yeah, I'm super excited for the playoff run. We're really starting to come together as the offense. We've had the athletes all year, like 11 solid athletes, and we're starting to finally come together as one and play as one offense together. So I think our offense is unstoppable and our defense is just starting to come around. So I think we'll make a run for it all.
All right. What besides you guys, what 5A team intrigues you the most?
Creek's always good, of course. It'd be nice to see either guys on the other side again, Ralston Valley or Vista. That'd be nice. But
Make for a fun story for us storytellers.
It'd be great.
You know?
But we just take it one game at a time. So we'll start with Erie and then move on from there.
All right. Well, Coach, you guys get things rolling on Friday night. Your first playoff experience as a high school football coach in Colorado.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about it. Before we can't forget Mr. Fight On Cannon Smith himself. So we got to tap him in. I asked him to come. So, and this is, he's got the biggest NIL deal in the state of Colorado. So I don't know what it is, but I know that. I don't know why, but I bought him his Caniac combo here at Raising Cane's. He should have bought it for me.
Come on now.
we all just, it's all day just just Mr. Fight On himself, USC bound. Cannon Smith.
What's got you excited the most for Friday night?
I mean, last game we established the run pretty early. One of our running backs had 3 carries and 160 yards. So that's some.
Was that Chase?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Chase. I'm just looking to do that again. That's what we love doing up front, and I mean, I wouldn't rather do it with anybody else.
You like getting in that mode where you're just about to hit someone, open up a hole, and let your guy break free.
Run the ball. I know the quarterbacks and receivers don't like that, but we're gonna run the ball.
RTB, baby.
I mean, it sounds like there's a team that plays in that big building on Colfax that could really use that kind of advice.
Yep.
So let's just run the ball. So appreciate you guys coming down.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, well, if you have to put up with us again, you're doing something right. That's always, kind of the theory that we go with. So Mike Sanford, his guys with the Valor Christian Eagles, thanks so much for coming down. Real quick, guys, got to reiterate that the Make-A-Wish Colorado has been granting life-changing wishes since 1983, serving children across the state, making dreams a reality for thousands of Colorado families. For every wish granted, there are 3 more children with critical illnesses waiting for theirs to come true. Raising Cane's is helping to make that happen, one chicken finger combo at a time. So Thursday, November 13th, that's 2 days from now, 48 hours from open to close. Raising Cane's restaurants across Colorado will donate 50% of all proceeds from customers who mention Make-A-Wish at checkout or use the code RCFund96 online or on the mobile app to Make-A-Wish Colorado. So if you guys are going to eat here again, make sure you mention Make-A-Wish. Proceeds go to that program. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Did Coach ask you the trivia question? We'll get you guys to write it down.
I did.
Okay,
have it.
So we'll get your answers on the break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Doug Ottewill is going to tag me out, and he'll be in with the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, another squad that made their way down. I know you guys had a great game against them earlier in the year. Would be a great rematch to see on our end.
Yeah, it was an instant Friday night classic.
It was an instant Friday night classic. So this is the Road to State. We'll be back right after this.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
There are those who say the modern world has made us lose touch with places like this. We say, that depends on what you're driving.
This is Tim Anderson of Gordon Insurance, and we are proud to support all of our area athletes. With offices in Lyman, Callahan, Flagler, Sterling, and Kit Carson, we offer all types of insurance, including home, auto, commercial, farm, crop, life, bonds, and workman's compensation. We are independent and thus can offer you multiple choices of companies, not just one. Call or visit the office near you, and one of our agents can take care of you. See all of our contact information by going to www.gordonins.com or call me at 719-740-1361.
With millions of page views every year, ColoradoPreps.com is the #1 source for the high school sports community to keep up with the latest news and scores. From football and volleyball to basketball and softball, ColoradoPreps.com provides a year-round hub for coaches, friends, and family to stay connected to their favorite schools and athletes, and keep an eye on their rivals. Covering high school sports from the peaks to the plains, you always get the latest at ColoradoPreps.com.
Welcome back to the Road to State. We're here at Raising Cane's in Highlands Ranch, and I am joined now by the Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, not to be confused with the Valor regular Eagles. To my right, Garrett Looney, head coach. Garrett, how you doing?
Good, man. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. We got Quillen and Brooklyn, two key contributors to the Golden Eagles this year. Guys, how you feeling? How are we feeling about this matchup coming up?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah. What's kind of the key thing that you guys have been? You get a bye in the first round. Is it good? Is it bad? Do you hate the wait? Is it good to be watching film? How's Coach Looney during this time? Is he on edge?
I think it's good. I think the bye week really helped us kind of rest our bodies. We got to watch the Legacy and Eagle Crest game and got to see our matchup, and I think we're ready for this week.
Yeah, I mean, it just gets our body healthy, ready to play versus Eagle Crest. Just for anybody that's having like an injury or anything. So,
and from a coach's perspective, I think to their point, I think it's great to get it rest up a little bit, but we weren't very sharp today. So we had to get the cobwebs out a little bit of practice. So I was a little cranky today on these guys, but we're excited about the matchup. We're excited to get going again. It's been a fun year, and taking a week off is good and bad because we want to get out there and play.
Yeah, not cranky enough that you didn't show up tonight. That's good. That's good.
We're still on good terms.
So you guys have kind of been saying all year, and Dan and I have talked about all year on the Colorado Prep Show, this team feels like it's a year ahead of schedule. You lose, player of the year in your quarterback last year, and here you are racking up a ton of points, getting a top seed in the playoffs. Why do you think that is? Why did this team come together as quickly as it has?
I think I'll speak to that first. I think, our senior class isn't very big, but we have a couple of huge contributors, Q being one of them. And a lot of these guys played a lot last year, and they got a lot of experience. And I think the culture's been set now, and it's a tip the hat to these guys that they buy into what we're doing. And I think a lot of people outside of our building probably thought we weren't going to be very good, but I think we knew collectively that if we put it together, we had the talent and the group that could do it. But obviously the junior class is really good. Our senior class, the kids that are contributing are really good football players. So I think it's a good mix, but a lot of people thought we were a year away, but I think we're proving a lot of people wrong, which is good. Yeah.
What did you guys take away from what did you take away from the playoffs last year? That you whether it's as you enter this yourself or whether you're talking to your teammates, maybe guys that didn't get as much experience last year.
Well, I'll say the team about last year, we were very talented, but this next group, the juniors, they have something to prove. We got something, we want to prove ourselves. I think that's what we're showing people. Is a little chip on our shoulders. We're ready to show people what we're about, and I'm excited for this. But
yeah, we're a little mad about last year. So, this year's just like our revenge year, hopefully to get the chip, hopefully to beat out all these teams, but starting with Eagle Crest, just take it game by game.
You got a generator lined up anywhere?
Right. Seriously, the lights, that was interesting. But hey,
one of the craziest stories that I think I've ever heard of in Colorado high school sports.
Unbelievable.
So, you're already legendary, and now you get a chance to kind of go back and redeem yourselves,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Brooklyn, you're playing this offense that's just high flying, and there's got to be plays drawn up for you all the time. I mean, the stats that you're putting up this year are crazy. What is it about Coach Looney's offense that suits you? What kind of chemistry do you have with your quarterback? Marquise is another guy that probably has a chip. People probably came in thinking, he's not going to fill these shoes, and he has. Talk about this offense a little bit about what makes it special.
Coach Looney just knows what he's doing. He knows how to read a defense. And then Marquise, I've been throwing and working with him for years. And so we just been on a connection. And yeah.
You have a favorite touchdown reception? I think you have 20 right now.
I guess the one versus Fruta before halftime. It was over one of the DB's head. Just got a little toe tap.
I think I saw the highlight. I think I saw it. Yeah. Talk a little bit about your defense as far as what's, this team's known for offense, but obviously you guys have done a heck of a job on the defensive side of the ball too.
Well, I mean, obviously our offense is putting up numbers like no other, and it's good, but that makes people don't think about our defense, but that gives us something to prove. We want to show them, give them shutouts, and make it easier on our offense.
Garrett, you have a history just within the state yourself as a player, a state champion, you're on that famed 99 Columbine team. Is there a message that you consistently give your team every year heading into the postseason?
I think the message is consistent really week to week, and these guys will, confirm this. We're just trying to go 1-0, right? The opponent really is irrelevant to me and to us. We got to do what we do well and do it really well and give ourselves a chance to win. But it really is. We're 0-0 right now. We're trying to go 1-0 against a pretty good team in Eagle Crest that's going to present challenges for us. But these guys know that we can't look ahead. And I think maybe that happened a little bit to us last year, that playoff bracket came out. We started thinking, well, what happens if this happens? Well, that doesn't matter. You got to take care of what's right in front of you. I know it's coach talk, but it's really what these guys have kind of, come around and kind of rallied around. So it's really just one at a time for sure.
You guys want to tap out and bring in your other guys? Well, we got some questions for everybody.
Yeah, Huddy's got to come in. Huddy's got to come.
You want Braylon in too? She's a state champ.
It's all right.
No. I got her on my sheet.
Stay. You stay.
Yeah, you're good if you.
Hudson Majeski. Let's go.
Yeah, so Brooklyn before the show, we were sitting there talking while Valor was on the desk, and he was like, I've never done anything like this. I mean, he's a clutch performer. He gets in front of a camera, and he thought it was going to be torture. He did it. He did all right.
He did all right.
Yeah. So I apologize. Who do we have here on the end now?
Hudson Majeski.
All right. Oh, okay. The brother of, yes.
The brother.
And I actually have how to pronounce your last name right there.
Yeah.
Mataruski.
Yeah.
Not right.
So when you guys look ahead to this game against Eagle Crest, what do you see? What are the challenges? What are you guys working on this week to, combat what they do well? What do you think you guys might be able to do well? Obviously, without giving up too many secrets, but just give me an assessment of this matchup.
Yeah, I'll go first. I think they're very big. They're very talented. They got dudes everywhere. They usually do. And they're very well coached, man. They do a lot of things defensively that are a little different than what we've seen. And offensively, they run the ball really well. Their quarterback runs the ball really well. So from a coaching perspective, I know we got to have our best game to be able to beat them. And that's how it should be as we get into the playoffs, right? So they present challenges for us. And, again, if we just do what we do well, I think we'll be okay. But they present enough challenges that we've got to play really well to beat them. And you guys can talk a little bit on what your thoughts are.
Well, I mean, all we've looked at a lot of film is we got to stop that run. They're big up front, and we got to be physical and stick it to them.
Yeah, definitely. We just got to be very aggressive on defense and come downhill.
Hudson, you're entering the state playoffs. You've got a brother who just had the experience. What kind of advice has he given you heading into these playoffs?
Just be calm and just keep looking at the next play, and just putting your head down and going. Just don't look at the past play and all that stuff. Just be calm and just be calm in the playoffs. Don't overthink stuff.
I think the beauty of both these guys is they both play both ways, right? So Q starts a tight end for us too, and Huddy plays a lot of running back for us as well. They're both outside linebackers, get after the quarterback, cover, right? So they make a bad play, they don't have time to think about it because now they're either on offense or back on defense, and they don't come off the field very much. And these are a couple of our absolute dogs, and it's great having kids like this that can line up for you on both sides of the ball and make plays for you.
At the 5A level, that's not as common. I mean, you get into the 2A and 1A, and it happens all the time. But you feel like that's a better way to get yourself into the game. Like you get into the groove earlier. No matter what the way the coin flip goes, you're on the field, getting the deep breaths out.
I think so. I love being on kickoff because it's just a sprint. You could go hit someone, kind of get juices flowing, get warmed up, break a sweat, and then you're just playing ball after that. It's great.
It's like getting the nerves out quickly,
Yeah. You don't be nervous.
That first hit, and then you're good.
You guys, we'll wrap it up here in a second, but when you think back to the beginning of this season, did you guys set goals? Did you talk about? I mean, coach is always going to say, "Hey, we're just playing this 1 week." But as a group, collectively, did you see yourself in this spot? Did you see yourself having this kind of season? Is this a championship or bust mentality from the get-go, or has it grown since you guys have been playing so well?
We've always had confidence in each other and our team, but it's definitely grown. Like our confidence has grown, and our chemistry as a team has grown as well. So going into this, I definitely feel we have more confidence, and we'll bring it to any team that we come across, I feel.
Yeah, I think that coming into this year, I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how good we were going to be. And then after the first few games, I was like, okay, this team can play, and I'm ready to see how far we can go.
Does it surprise you a little bit, or were you surprised how quickly
a little bit
things came together?
Last year that team was unbelievably talented,
stacked, yeah.
So it was kind of our expectation was to go far, and things didn't turn out. But this year I didn't really know how it was going to go, and I'm impressed, and I'm very proud to be a part of this team. Very proud.
All right. Well, you guys, thanks a bunch for joining us. I don't know if you got chicken yet, but we've been to a couple of these now, and I'm surprised that Raising Cane's does not run out of chicken. We get a bunch of football players in here, and it's just
take it all.
Yeah, I mean, it's the box combo is nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
love it.
That's
take a look at that menu after this.
Yeah.
All right. I really appreciate you guys having us, man.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks
Good-
for
good luck this
highlighting high
weekend.
school football too, man.
As Dan likes to say, if you guys win, you might have to deal with us again.
That'd be a good thing to have to deal with.
Wouldn't hate it.
That's right. Yeah. Want to remind everybody, we hope Coloradans join us on November 13th to enjoy some craveable chicken finger meals and help grant even more wishes for kids who need it most. Raising Cane's will donate 15% of all proceeds from customers who mention Make-A-Wish at checkout or use the code RC Funds online or in our mobile app, Make-A-Wish Colorado. Guys, thanks a bunch.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate
Good
it.
luck
you.
this week.
Appreciate you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks, you guys. Thank you.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
When I go to court, these aren't my clients, these are my friends. These are people that I believe in. And they have one shot, just one shot for justice. If they've come to me and we've gotten to trial, their life has been turned upside down in some awful way. And I am their only hope. I need to be their champion, to quote Prince Oberyn from Game of Thrones. They need someone in this trial by combat that can fight for them. I'm all they have. So if I haven't put the time in, if I haven't trained, if I haven't humbly looked in the mirror and thought about ways I can be better, and I don't present my best self in court, then I failed them. And that's what motivates me as a trial lawyer, because when this is over, that client goes home. And if I haven't done my best for him, I haven't been his champion, then I've failed.
Whoever said work smarter, not harder, didn't realize you could do both.
Welcome back into the Colorado Prep Show, or the Road to State Show on Colorado Preps, the Mile High Sports YouTube channel. I'm the editor-in-chief of Colorado Preps, Dan Mohrmann. Doug Ottewill will be right back with me here in just a second. We're trying to wrangle up a member of the Raising Cane's staff that we can properly thank and just kind of get their insight onto their support of high school athletics.
Making chicken.
They're back there making chicken.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you bring in 25, 30 football players, and somebody's got to do the work.
Someone's got to eat.
Gabby will join us here in a second, but she was busy.
Oh, and we're not going to pull her away from the job. We keep telling the staff here we want to be as least as non-disruptive as possible. But Doug, I was watching a little bit, but how are the Golden Eagles? It looked like they were having fun and having a blast.
They're pretty focused too. Yeah, they were having fun. You know, there's a healthy combination of loose and focused, and you can tell that they've been watching a lot of film. It sounds like Eagle Crest is going to present some problems in terms of the run game. Very focused on. You know, they know they're going to have a physical game ahead of them to try to stop that Eagle Crest ground game, and they look pretty dialed in.
What intrigues me about Eagle Crest is actually defensively for them. Cameron Bell, who's another kid that we featured in the Upswing photo shoot earlier in the year, if he's going to be the guy that's got to match up against a kid like Brooklyn, what kind of, I mean, one, how much would you want to watch that? Just that battle between those two athletes.
I mean, you get athletes all over the field, and you just, you know, you're looking at these guys and you're like, man, these are athletes. I mean,
Yeah.
they sit down on the couch next to you, and you're like, man, I'm glad I don't have to tackle that guy, chase that guy, whatever it might be. And you know, this game specifically, I think, features some big time athletes.
And it's going to be a fun one to watch. Same thing, of course, with Valor Christian. We saw a crew of those Eagles in here. They were a blast to
They're
talk
always
to.
big.
Well, I mean, shoot, their offensive linemen are going to the likes of USC.
Yeah.
You know, the only other offensive line that's probably going to be bigger in this area is Cherry Creek. I mean,
Yeah.
Jackson Roper, we saw firsthand what that kid looked like, and that
Pretty
was
large.
that was insane.
Well, and you know, you look at just, and I've said this off camera, but you look at Heward. That is a big kid playing quarterback and a sophomore, a large individual.
And the part that actually threw me off about that is this is the first time I've seen that kid without pads on. Every time I've seen Valor, I mean, they're obviously suited up and and ready to do their thing. And it's just, you see them in street clothes, and it's insane to see how big those kids are. Even Dawson Olk, like that was a starting quarterback. If you had told me beforehand, if you had asked me to guess what position he played, I would have told you tight end.
Right.
I would have been right, but not initially, not in week one. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're joined right now.
We found her.
We found Gabby, the general manager here at Raising Cane's. And I mean, are you guys officially Highlands Ranch, or do we call it Littleton?
Well, Highlands Ranch.
Highlands Ranch. Okay.
We went to find you in there, and they said, well, you brought too many football players. You were too busy making too much chicken.
That's okay. You know, that's a good thing, right? I will
Right.
never say no to that. So
Those guys can eat a lot.
they surely can. Caniac combos all day long is what they're ordering. Absolutely.
There was a lot of them that came in and went right to the Caniac.
Yep, Caniac no slaw toast is the
the
combo.
go-to?
That's the
That's
go-to
the
for
football
them.
player's
Yep.
choice?
And then
Okay.
within an hour, they're hungry again. So
First off, Gabby,
they'll come back.
we can't thank you enough for the hospitality that you guys have given us tonight. This whole experience, I mean, not just tonight, but last week, and really the build up to this program has been nothing but fantastic from Raising Cane's.
No,
and
of course. Thank you. Thank you for being here as well. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you guys being here as well. You know, it's a really big deal for this Highlands Ranch, especially this location.
Well,
I've been in position for about 9 months, so it's actually, yeah. So this is really
okay.
great.
So 9 months, you've got a feel for this. And when you're here and you
Mhm.
look around, you've got football helmets,
Mhm.
jerseys, pictures from every school here. I mean,
Absolutely.
obviously, we brought a couple, but there's 5-6 schools in this area, and they're all represented.
Absolutely. We're really, really big on community here.
I was going to say,
Mhm.
what kind of focus is that? Because it's very obvious when you walk in that it's important to you guys.
Yeah, no, definitely important. So it's part of our culture here, Raising Cane's. We're really big with active community involvement. We do a lot of fundraisers. So fundraisers is the bread and butter, no pun intended, with the toast and the butter. Fundraisers is our bread and butter for sure. We really do love hosting all of the teams as well, after a game, before a game, even a couple of days before the game. You know, they'll have a dinner or something. So it's really, really great to just have all the teams at any time.
And you mentioned fundraiser, and I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, but you guys are doing a lot for giveaway day, partnering with Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish, absolutely. So that is going to be on Thursday the 13th, and it's going to be an all-day fundraiser. So if you're out and about, please come into Cane's. It's an all-day fundraiser.
Our boss Nate
15%,
Lundy is
pretty
our
good.
boss Nate Lundy's standing right there, and he's on the board of
Hello?
directors at Make-A-Wish, so he loves to hear this.
Perfect. Yes,
right.
we are ready. We're going to go all out. I'm going to have balloon arches and just balloons and like everywhere. So it's going to be great.
That's
so
cool.
I'm really excited for the turnout.
We've been telling, it's not even really we've been telling them, but a lot of the schools that have come in here have said,
Mhm.
you know, this is what we eat before we play. Like
Mhm.
it's a game day ritual. It's a week
ritual.
of ritual.
Absolutely.
And it's good luck. They're all in the state playoffs because they've had success this season. What should our advice be if two teams that we've featured that have eaten chicken here and both say it's good luck? What happens if they meet in the playoffs? Do we tell them to come in different days? How do we handle it? We don't want to throw them off with their routine, and it's good luck for both of them. One team's got to win, one team's got to lose. How do we handle it?
You know, I'm going to leave that for them on the field.
Okay.
I'm going to do what I can to make sure that they're fed and happy and they're ready for their big day. I'll let them decide that on the field. Win or lose, whoever does, I hope they come back to Cane's after that.
I bet they will.
Yes.
Tell them they will.
Gabby, you and the staff here have been fantastic.
Thank
Again, we
you.
can't thank you enough. we're looking forward to continuing this program. We're going to be up in Broomfield next week, so
Wonderful.
I know we're going to have a blast there. But it's good to know that this Raising Cane's right here, it's right in the wheelhouse the next time, because it turns out that Mountain Vista and Valor Christian both tend to be good at basketball as well.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
I know for a fact I'll be coming down. I'll be in this area to check out my buddy Brian Wood, the head coach at Mountain Vista boys basketball, and see what they got. So you'll be seeing me to come on in.
Wonderful. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You'll probably have to name a chair after him before too long.
I think we might be able to figure something out with that.
Okay.
We can just call it. I mean, we've got the sports corner that's over there with all the John Elway and Denver Broncos stuff. It can just be the Colorado Preps Mile High Sports
That's
Corner.
right. Absolutely. We'll leave a little space on the wall for you.
Dan's office.
That's right. Gabby, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
We can't tell you how much we appreciate it.
Of course. Anytime. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Dougie, we got a couple of big games going on this week. Are there any that are jumping out in your head as to what you want to see in terms of playoff coverage for round of 16 for the big schools, and now we're in the quarterfinals for the small schools?
Maybe it's recency bias, but I really do think Mountain Vista Eagle Crest could be a great game. I mean, you have a high-flying offense with a physical offense on the other side in Eagle Crest. I think that's going to be a test for Mountain Vista's defense. But, as they said, they're dealing with an offense that's put up a ton of points all year. So keeping it in check, I think that's going to be a great game to watch. I think, you move around some of the other classifications on the show yesterday. We talked about Northfield being a great team to watch. Down in the 6-man, Caliche getting a chance to play Stratton to see if they can.
Is that going to be a revenge game for the Eagles?
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of those games where, everybody pencils Stratton in to the state finals every year, whether it's August or November. And Caliche's been one of those teams that has been playing really well. They're kind of hot going into the postseason, and they get a chance to say, hey, Stratton, it's not your year. And I think that's one of the most intriguing games for me. But there's a lot of them. I mean, there's a ton of games in this bracket. I think, the other one, and Garrett Looney, who played for Andy Lowry at Columbine back in 1999, Columbine and Ralston Valley. That's a great matchup. They played once already this season, and Columbine's kind of rose through the year. They didn't start out very well, but they scored 44 points in 3 quarters this last Friday. I can't wait to see that rematch too.
I mean, in 3A, I'm going to go ahead and look at Conifer and Pueblo South. That's an 8 versus 9 matchup. Ryan Goddard, of course, friend of the program down at Pueblo South, always has his guys ready to play come playoff time. So
always.
I'm really curious to see how the Colts come out. They've looked really good at times this year, and they've had a couple of slip-ups. So now it's about, are you prepared? Are you ready to do the things that you have to do in the playoffs? When it comes to 4A, that Riverdale Ridge Monarch game that we've talked about,
that's a big one.
That's going to be a fun one to see what happens there. 5A, I mean, of course, you want to see. I kind of want to see Valor Erie just because of maybe a little bit of recency bias.
Yeah, those guys were talking about how Erie really just stuck it to Regis, and they were kind of impressed with how good Erie looked. I mean, they've been watching film all week too, and that's a matchup that I think. I would never say that Mike Sanford's team doesn't take anybody seriously, but I think when they saw that game, they said, all right, we better buckle up and be ready.
And then Mesa Ridge, Palmer Ridge down in 4A is another
Great
one.
matchup.
It's a rematch of a game earlier this year. It was maybe the best game that Mesa Ridge played at least early. They were going neck and neck with the Bears. Can Jeremy Caleb and the Grizzlies, get the better of them in round 2? I don't know. It's going to be fun to check out. We will have plenty of coverage of that, of course, on the Colorado Prep Show presented by Upswing on Monday. And then next week, Dougie, we're going to be back at Raising Cane's. We'll be at 4640 West 121st Avenue in Broomfield. So Broomfield, Holy Family, Monarch, Meade. If you guys are winners, come hang with us. You saw Valor Christian. You saw Mountain Vista. They had fun. They ate some good food. Let's just keep the ball rolling. We'll reach out. I know Chad
invitation.
Yeah, Chad Eisentrager and me. You can expect a phone call from me very soon. So for Danny Bailey, the boss man Nate Lundy, the crew of Mountain Vista and Valor Christian, I'm Dan Mohrmann. This is Doug Ottewill, and we're on the road to state.